Hi, I'm Lisa Leiter. In Chicago Business Today, taking care of business. Rahm Emanuel will be sworn in today as Chicago's next mayor. Corporate Chicago got the man it wanted on the 5th floor of City Hall, and now it will be looking for him to deliver on his business-friendly promises. Paul O'Connor is the former head of World Business Chicago, and he joined me to talk more about what Mayor Emanuel needs to do to fix the city's finances, attract and retain companies, and create jobs. Paul, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
What, in your opinion, is the business community's top priority?
Well, I think it depends on who you talk to, and there's a whole set of them. Clearly, the top priority is the financial health of the city and the restoration thereof. But I think the other things that have come out are really the greatest hits of business needs. So it's get your financial house in order, focus on transit as a business asset, give us, quality people as employees, and those kind of things. So it ranged. The transition report was really covered most of the bases, and was pretty frank.
You're the former head of the World Business Chicago. What does he need to do to create jobs and to attract businesses here to the city?
Well, I think you always build on your base. That's the issue. The first issue, if you rely on attracting businesses as your first goal, you're wasting a lot of effort. Because I think businesses are attracted by the general healthy business environment, the word of mouth and press that goes out from that. So I think that the critical things really are, you got to get the money, the finances right, you got to make this a business-friendly environment, and just really try to get remove the animosity of City Hall to the business community.
How do you think the business community will evaluate him? As you mentioned, he laid out his plan for the first 100 days. Right. How long or short do you think a honeymoon will be? When are they going to be looking for real results here?
I think that if they read the transition report, they'd feel that that was a real result, because that there were specific actions that were identified, specific goals that were set. I think the interesting thing is that a lot of the recommendations of the transition report call for continued empanelment of experts to come up with plans. The other thing that I think that they will see is long-term planning for capital, which has never been the case. It's all, for 22 years, it's all been a Daley's head. And so what Emanuel is proposing is, no, we need a 20-year plan. We need a capital plan that takes all the different departments, puts their long-term capital spending in one place so we can see it.
Well, no question, as you mentioned, that the city finances are the #1 challenge for him. What do you think is going to be the hardest thing for him in dealing with that issue?
It's always people. Cutting people. You get 80% at least of all the costs are human capital costs. He's going to have to lay people off and cut it and shrink it down. Then there's all through these recommendations involving partners. So who are they going to be? What's it going to be like? There's also two interesting trends I think that business leadership has been pushing for a long time, which is regional sensibility. And so I think you see sort of regional economy here in a way that you didn't see it under Richard M. Daley. And the other thing is this notion of collaborating with Cook County. So that could be a cost-saving area as well.
Absolutely. Well, Paul, I'm sure we'll be talking about this for quite some time to come. Thanks so much.
Happy to be here. Thanks, Lisa.
And that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For more on this story, be sure to check out chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.